First up today, plans for a new bus rapid transit link between downtown Minneapolis and Blaine got a big boost. Metro Transit planners officially named it the next route the Met Council should help fund over the next several years, despite the fact that the owners of Northtown Mall don't want the bus station to stay where it is currently. A bus rapid transit line from Northtown Mall to downtown Minneapolis could be in place by the end of the decade. It will ultimately cost $80 million to build and $15 million to maintain every year, but Metro Transit planners have told the Met Council it's the best option for what's next in the Twin Cities.
It's a line that compares favorably based on just the number of stations, the number of buses we need to buy. Those numbers all add up to about that $80 million mark. In terms of operations, certainly the fact that we run a lot of existing service on Route 10 today, that makes it a really strong down payment, as it were, on what it would take to run BRT service in this corridor.
A recent ridership survey also told planners it was the best choice.
When it comes to Central Avenue, what we see is that it's a really strong existing transit market with a lot of strong ridership. We see a lot of potential for future ridership growth. And then we also see that there's a really robust amount of service in the corridor today that makes it pretty cost effective to grow that into BRT service in the future.
That will also involve a lot of work with county and state leaders to work out where to put stations and other concerns. It's also in the face of a lawsuit from Washington Prime Group, owners of Northtown Mall, over the location of the bus transit station. That won't go to court until later this year. Does that have any impact on this planning process, and are you trying to plan for whatever may come out of that?
Certainly the connections that are made at the Northtown Transit Center are really important to anchoring the end of the F line, and those will continue to be an important part of the line as we develop it, and we'll respond to how this process plays out.
But it could play an important role in not only the development of the North Metro, but the entire metro region.
The role that BRT can play in continuing to grow a wider and wider transit network that can serve all kinds of trips that people want to make to get to school, to get to work, to do shopping, see friends. Designing a network that people can live their lives around on transit is one of the really exciting things about rolling out these 3 recommendations for the next 3 lines in the network.
Construction on what would be the F line wouldn't begin until 2025 at the earliest. You can read more about the lawsuit the owners of the mall have filed right now at northmetrotv.com.